I'm Helen, an Aussie chef. For day 2 of my 12 days of Christmas, I'm going to show you how to make shortbread. This is a very simple recipe using only a few ingredients. Okay, so for this recipe we'll need a blender. So I'm going to now put the ingredients in there. So we've got 1.5 cups of plain flour. And then we've got 2/3 of a cup of rice flour, Mackenzie's rice flour or any other brand. And then we've got 1/2 cup of sugar. And then we're going to put in 225 grams of butter. This is a cold butter. It works better when it's cold from the fridge. There we go. Put it in. And we're going to blend this until it forms a ball, which should take approximately 2 minutes, depending on your equipment. I'm just taking the lid off just to move it around a little bit. As you can see, it's all forming together now. We're just going to scrape the sides a little bit just so that we can get some of that butter up to the top. And then just do it again. There you go. As you can see, it's all blended in together. Now we're going to tip it on the bench. We're going to lightly dust the bench. And we're going to lightly dust the rolling pin. Now just put it all on your bench. And bring it all in together to form a ball. As you can see, it's all formed together. This is very fragile, so it will break apart. You've got to be very careful when you cut it and roll it. Now I'm going to cut this in half, and I'm only going to use half at a time. So just put one load aside. Once again, just a little bit more flour. And we're going to roll this out to a thickness of around about, if it breaks apart like that, simply blend it together. You can knead it lightly without over kneading it, because you don't want your biscuits to be tough. We're going to roll this out until it's approximately 1 centimetre. Have your oven preheated on 150 degrees. Of course you can use Christmas shapes if you have them, but I'm choosing just to use round ones for the shortbread. So cut them all out. And just use a spatula to lift them onto the plate, onto the tray, sorry. You can use any shape you like. Oh look, doesn't matter, I made a mistake on that one. That's because I didn't obviously have enough flour. And on that one, that's a good trick. Look, right, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to roll that little bit again. Not everyone's perfect, even chefs make some mistakes. Quite often, believe me. Because this is a very buttery mixture. So it'll be lovely and short. sugar. As you can see, I'm using a fork to poke holes in the shortbread. This will help it cook. Okay, so now I'm ready to put this in the oven. I've got my oven preheated, and this will take approximately 40 to 45 minutes. Being careful, depending on your oven, it could take less, it could take longer. The moment you take it out is when the shortbread starts to slightly change colour. Okay, I've taken them out of the oven. They took approximately 40 minutes, and then I let them cool. So now I'm going to finish them off by liberally dusting them with icing sugar. For this point, you can either use normal icing mixture or pure icing sugar. It doesn't really matter. Be a bit generous. There you go. I hope you enjoy. Have a go.